Welcome, everybody. We are doing a special episode of OCGamer Podcast this week. It is our anniversary, and we are doing our top 3 NES games of all time. So I have with me today my favorite Val. Believe it or not, I actually know more than one Val. So he's my favorite. That's why.
About to say, I'm your only Val.
Well, but you are currently my only Val. Previously, okay. I knew a couple other Vals, but they're both girls, and they suck. Girls suck.
Yeah.
Not this Val. So Val's going to be our first interview. Just like with the Turkey games for Turkey Month, he was our first one for that one as well. So looking forward to what he has to share. So Val, tell us 3 favorite NES games.
All right. So I actually had to go to my little shelf with the NES carts to pick out three games that I could just narrow it down to. So I left out the Mario games because that's kind of everybody's favorite games for the most part. And, that's low-hanging fruit. So I did pick one that was low-hanging fruit. It is The Legend of Zelda. It is, and I mentioned it in the Zelda podcast, it is actually my favorite video game of all time.
I remember
that. It fills me with nostalgia. And as I was playing it, when I used to play it as a kid, it was my first sense of wonder and adventure. Like the world felt so enormous, and I didn't have the manual. I didn't have the little map that came with the game and the box. Everything I had to find on my own. Well, me and my brother basically found everything on our own, and it was in the span it felt like years. I'm sure it was not that long. It was probably just a couple of months that we played through it, but we played it day and night for what felt like years. And eventually we found everything and we memorized everything. There was points where my brother would have me on the side because I knew where every single item was. So when he was doing a playthrough, he would ask me, "Hey, where's this? Where's that?" And to this day, I still remember where everything is for the first quest, not the second quest. The second quest is actually one I didn't play very often because it was frustratingly hard at some points. But the first quest, I actually play that through at least once a year to this day, because I can do it within like an hour, and I love playing through it.
Dude, you should do that for stream one of these days.
Yeah, I would. I'd love to do it, and I usually try and mix it up. Like I'll do the dungeons in a different order, or I've done a swordless quest like one time, and I'll never do it again. But I have done it, so.
And it was perfect. We just had the 35th anniversary for Zelda.
Yeah, I know. I actually meant to finish Age of Calamity. I just didn't get to do it that day. But I'm like right there at the edge of the end of the game. And I was going to try and finish it on the day of the anniversary, and I just didn't get a chance. But
let me know.
Yeah, either way, I will. Yeah, So this is always my number one game, no matter if it's NES or in general. This is my favorite game of all time.
Nice. So
my second one was a little difficult to pick. It's Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Yes.
I actually never owned this game as a kid, but my very good friend Tony, who was my first friend when I moved to the east side of El Paso, he had the game, and he would bring it to the house, or I would go to his house, and we lived like literally 2 houses down from each other. So we played it a lot. He was really good at it, and I've never actually been very good at the game. That's why I was very hesitant to pick this one, because I've actually never beaten Mike Tyson or the Super Macho Man or Mr. Sandman. I've never beaten any of those characters. I've always done the code to get to Mike Tyson. I actually I used to have it memorized for a good while. I think just recently I forgot it, but I've never gotten past like the first couple of seconds in that round. I just can't dodge those uppercuts fast enough, like consistently. So yeah, I'm always just knocked out.
And then you watch the guy do the blind speed
run. The blindfolded guy. Yeah. That's bullshit.
You're like, I give up. Fuck it.
I mean, it's an incredible feat, but it's like, man, I love the game, but I don't have that much dedication to be that good at it. No, but I really love it because it's so, I don't know, it's quirky. The characters are so unique and fun. They're all different. It's it's more a strategy game than a sports game, right? Like you'd have to learn the patterns and the
rhythm game.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually a better way to put it. It's a rhythm game. The sprites are humongous, and they just have so much personality. And it's an easy game to play for the most part, but as far as controls go, but it's very, very challenging if you don't know the patterns and
absolutely.
But man, I used to watch my friend Tony get to Sandman. I was just in awe of because of how good he was at the game versus me. And to this day, I actually really love watching playthroughs of Punch Out, just because I've never been anywhere near that good, and it's just always amazing to see that kind of skill.
Yeah, that's true. I'm the same way with Punch Out. Every time I watch people play it, I just sit there and watch. That's why I love watching the playthroughs, the speedruns.
Yeah, and they're so quick too. Like you could probably watch the entire thing. I actually don't know what the record is for the full speedrun, but it's definitely under 40 minutes, right? For sure.
Oh yeah, I've seen the speedruns. I think at under 30, but I'm sure I'll look it up and throw it up on the
episode. I was gonna say half an hour, but I wasn't too sure. For sure, I know it's under 40. But yeah, they're so great to watch. Okay, so my third one is controversial. And a lot of it's nostalgia. It's Friday
Solomon's
the 13th.
Key. Oh, okay.
No, it's just as controversial. It's Friday the 13th. So I picked this one, not for not to be a troll or anything.
Right.
I genuinely love this game. Before I moved to the east side of El Paso, I had a friend next door. His name was Jason, and he had this game, and he would let us borrow it all the time. And the memories of this game were, it was my brother was the best one at this one. We would stay up late at night. It'd be like Friday night, and it would be pitch dark in his room, and it'd be my sister and I just watching. And there's the creepy music in the cabin when you're looking for Jason throughout the cabin. And it's this very somber, almost beautiful chip tune. And then the second you turn the corner and he's there, it's like right away the music changes and it becomes terrifying, and you're trying to move as fast as you can before Jason beats the shit out of you. It was based on a horror movie, and to me, it was a terrifying game. I think it did its job very well at that. A lot of people criticize it for like the map. A lot of people think the map sucks, like the overhead map. It doesn't make sense. To me, it makes sense. I think there's certain parts of the map that are very poorly done, like the woods and the cave. The map's pretty much useless in those parts.
Right.
But for the most part, I mean, you're either going left or right, and just think of it from the perspective of the character. The map makes sense, right?
Okay.
But there's a lot of cheap shots too in the game. Like there's points where you're rowing to the cabins in the lake, and Jason will just kind of fly by you, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're gonna get hit. Like you can't stop it. You can't damage him.
Isn't there a cabin in the game that has no exit?
If there is, I've never seen it. No, I don't think there is.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Because I remember seeing that where they were talking about like some of the worst, some of the worst games that they did I don't know, cheesy tactics like that to keep you from winning. That one of the cabins you walk into, and then you can't unlock the door ever, and so you have to literally restart the game.
Huh? I've never run into that.
I'm gonna have to look that up. So I don't know if this part of the episode is gonna stay in.
Yeah. No, I don't know. You got to let me know if that's true, because I've never looked that up. I've never had that happen. The only cabins that you need keys for are the ones in the woods and the one in the cave that you fight Jason's mom with.
Okay.
Or rather, her severed head.
Right.
But yeah, man, I love the game. Yeah.
So I'm hearing that we need to do a Legend of Zelda Friday the 13th Val Run night.
Actually, I think we talked about Friday the 13th being a game. I just need to practice a little bit, but I think I would do it.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be pretty fun. Yeah, that'd be fun.
So So we know these games come from the NES era. So considering how games have changed over the years, do you think these three games stand up?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So for Legend of Zelda, yes, easily. It's like I said, it's a game that feels huge, even though it's a small 8-bit cart. But it feels enormous, and there's so much mystery and adventure to it that yeah, I think it totally stacks up to today. And really, if you look at a lot of the modern Zelda games, Breath of the Wild, for example, it it's pretty much the same game as far as the feel of it and the sense of adventure and the big open world. Um, yeah, totally. I think Legend of Zelda still holds up today. Punch Out for sure. I think so because even the modern Punch Out games are pretty much the same game. It's the same mechanics, just the graphics are a little better. Um, like the one on the Wii, right? I think is very it plays very much like the original.
Pretty much.
And the reason being is because what's there to fix, right? The formula for that kind of game is so good that there's very little room for improvement besides the obvious graphics and sound. Friday the 13th, I'm not even going to say that it was a good game then. A lot of it, I'm going to admit, is nostalgia for me. I like playing it today still because I enjoy trying to speedrun it for myself. But I could see that most people probably would think it's kind of shitty.
At least you're honest.
yeah, I have to be with that one especially.
So with these three games, how do you think these games helped you form your taste that you currently have about gaming?
Oh, okay. So this is something I was trying to think about how to answer, and I don't know. I don't think I have a definite answer on it. So for Punch Out and Friday the 13th, they kind of, for the most part, they appeal to me in general because I'm the type of gamer that doesn't like investing too much time into games anymore. And really, it's not because I don't want to. It's just because I generally just don't have time.
Right.
I can't play an RPG anymore. Games like that, that are 60, 70 plus hours, I'm just not even going to look at them. And those games are very quick. You play, you fight a couple of rounds with up to Piston Honda, and you use like 10 minutes of your day right there, and you're satisfied when you're done playing it, and you turn it off and you put it away. Friday the 13th, same thing. I can probably fly through the game in less than 10 minutes now. And I'm perfectly satisfied with that session. So, yeah, for the most part, like I said, I'm a very, I have a very short attention span with games, and those kind of appeal to me now. The Legend of Zelda, though, the series is the only exception. Is one of the few exceptions I'll make to that rule. I've played pretty much all the non-handheld console Legend of Zelda games to completion, with the exception of Majora's Mask and The Wind Waker, which I am working on.
You even played Skyward Sword?
Was that on a console?
That was on Wii.
Oh, that's right. No, you know what? I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're right. I did not play that one. No, but I'd say, yeah, that's right. I skipped that one. Twilight Princess, I did finish though. But those games, like those are long games, right? I don't remember how many hours in Breath of the Wild I put in, but I know it was at least 30 plus, and I know I didn't do anywhere near as much of the stuff that you can do in the game.
Right.
But and it's one of those games that even now I'm thinking like, man, I really should go back and get some of those items, like get all the Korok seeds and kill some Lynels and stuff like that. Yeah, but like those are the exception to the rule nowadays, right? Is the Legend of Zelda series. So
awesome. So any honorable mentions that you didn't get to talk about?
Yeah, I had two. One is the Goonies. Not the Goonies 2, the Goonies, the original. Goonies. Yeah, that one did not come home to the NES in the US, with the exception of the Play Choice 10, the arcade machine. My machine actually has that cart, and
nice.
it was originally released in Japan on the Famicom,
right,
as a cart. but it never came here. I don't know why. It's a great game. It's very arcadey.
Right.
The music is awesome. It's got the chiptune version of "Good Enough" from the Goonies.
Really?
The theme of the Goonies. Yeah, and it's very challenging. And it's fun, and it's got a lot of like little like hidden items and stuff that you have to find. It's great. I think it's an awesome game, and I don't understand why it didn't make it to the US. We got the Goonies too, which is also a good game, but I just like that one a little more. And then my other one was Tecmo Super Bowl. It's one of like maybe 5 sports games that I've ever liked in my life. I've never liked sports games except for like that and NBA Jam and RBI baseball. And I can't remember another one right now, but Tecmo Super Bowl. It was another friend of mine when I moved to the East Side had the game. We would go over to his house and we would play it all the time, and it was just so much fun. I think you and I, Bobby, did play it on the night of my bachelor party.
Yeah,
on our cabin getaway, and it was just as fun then. Like it's just so easy to play, and I don't know, man. I could play that game for hours. It's only fun with other people, though. Right. Playing the computer sucks.
Yeah.
But when you have 2 people playing, man, it's just hours of fun. It's so great.
I agree, man. That's a beautiful game.
Yeah. And the Minnesota Vikings were the best team in the game. I remember that.
Isn't it the Los Angeles Raiders because they got Bo Jackson?
No, man. No, it was the Vikings, man. Because they were unstoppable in that game.
All right, man. Whatever you say. All right, Val. Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. This was fun.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I look forward to doing this again because I know we're going to be doing this with other consoles in the future.
Yeah, Philips CDI, hopefully.
Cut. That's it. I'm editing. That's it. I'm throwing this whole episode out. All right. Well, thank you, Val. We'll catch you next time.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Bobby.